Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
2 local men charged with kidnapping and assault of a taxi driver are back in Superior Court this morning.
Also tonight, legislators debate the responsibility that foreign investors may have in the implementation of local government projects.
And a look back at an April Fool's tale about the first female pilot.
And in sports, the culprit of an April Fool's joke is discovered and real fight dates are announced.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
McDonald's meets the Minecraft universe with 6 new collectibles in a Minecraft movie meal.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on April the 2nd from high up in our studio on Capitol Hill.
CNMI legislators question the whereabouts of tax dollars for government entities to function. As legislators from both the Senate and House of Representatives meet to discuss Mariana Island Corporation as an investor for the former Marianas Resort and Spa property in Marpi, concerns about the Department of Public Lands' plans to utilize investors' public benefit funds was brought up. The contract sets out contributions of over $4 million in funding for public benefits, on top of the minimum of $220 million in renovations. DPL says they plan to use $2.5 million of public benefit funds for a homestead infrastructure project in Asgono. Marissa Flores suggests including CUC in the conversation to free up investor funds for other public benefit projects.
I do believe that CUC should be brought to the table, and luckily for our chairman for PUTC, maybe that's something we get to look at, because there's also funds there that is unaccounted for that could also be utilized for that, and maybe I probably recommend an oversight for that so that we can utilize that money and free it up for its intended purposes, such as homestead, because that's what it's for.
DPL's Patricia Rosa says they've already approached CUC to move this initiative forward prior to asking investors.
They even have all of our designs, everything is with CUC. It's a it's a shovel-ready project. But they've come up with $0, and they haven't budgeted it for anything. So we understand too that the government does not have the money to appropriate for those infrastructures. So that's where we come in and make that decision, that instead of waiting for the government's appropriation, why don't we ask whoever's going to come in to develop anything on island to fund our project.
Representative Vincent Aldon points out the underlying issue of government funding appropriation and discourages relying on investors for responsibilities of government entities.
And that's one thing I do not agree, on this governor's 100% reprogramming, authority. If, perfect example, if the hospital that owes $60 million to CUC, if the hospital paid that $60 million, I'm pretty sure CUC has enough money to build that infrastructure. But we don't hold the government accountable. But yeah, we pass on that hot potato over to an investor that's costing them more money. Instead of going to their business on what they came here to do, not to take care of government issues. They came here to invest money. You know what I mean? And yes, take care of the community, but not to be funding government responsibilities that they are collecting taxes for to be doing it to begin with.
That's an interesting debate. Now, a young man denied bail and another also remains in custody pending a disputed plea agreement, each held for the kidnapping and assault of a taxi driver near Coral Ocean Point in December of last year. In late December of 2024, a video began circulating on the internet of 5 young men robbing, choking, and violently beating a taxi driver here on Saipan. The police then asked the public's assistance in locating the attackers. Soon afterwards, 5 young men were arrested, 3 minors and 2 young adults. Held for kidnapping and aggravated assault and battery, both J. Billy and J.R. Tipengeni are facing a potential sentence of 20 years to life in prison. Today, in Judge Joseph Camacho's courtroom, Mr. Tipengeni, through his attorney, requests an adjustment to his prior plea agreement. He argues that because of his youth and lack of prior criminal record, he should not be in prison for the full 5 years negotiated. The prosecution then argues all of this was already considered, negotiated, and approved. The judge states, quote, "Where is the deterrence? We've all seen the video." Then the judge says that he will consider written arguments and will rule on April 16th. J. Billy, the other adult defendant in this case, through his attorney, requests a bail modification and release from prison and into the third-party custodianship of his father's cousin, whom he calls Auntie. His aunt testifies that, yes, he could live with her and her husband, that she could watch him 24 hours a day, and yes, if he does disobey the court orders, she would be willing to pay the $50,000 court-ordered bail. But the prosecution argues that the accused is a danger to society, has never obeyed his relatives, his teachers, or the law, and cannot be entrusted to his aunt's custodianship. The judge agrees and denies bail. The next court hearing on April 16.
That video is always hard to watch. The Hotel Association of the Northern Mariana Islands reports a drop in hotel occupancy for February 2025. HANMI reports an average of 38.8% occupancy, down 13% from the same time last year. Room sales also decreased, with only 22,478 of 58,875 available nights sold, compared to over 30,000 last February. The average room rate fell to $132.74 from $154.31. HANMI Chairman Dennis So attributes the downturn to challenges including reduced air service, particularly from South Korea's Jeju Air, and a strong U.S. dollar. So also advocates for the return of mainland China flights, hoping to boost tourism and economic recovery. At the end of April, retail giant DFS will close its gallery along with its airport location. Coming up, was an aviation pioneer really locked up in the CNMI's historic Japanese jail?
And we say adios and welcome to a pastor, journalist, spelling champ, and a returning child of the island.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the sea turtle stranding hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
King is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. I never politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
I don't know what to do about my flyaways. They're like kind of sticking out.
I don't either.
I guess,
Bucket of water.
Oh, I guess I'll just stand out. That's okay.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
But I think of you sometimes. Want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back. You are watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
We have a long tradition of having fun here on April the 1st, April Fool's Day. Tonight we take a look back at a story that hit a little too close to home.
We wanted to do a story about finding Amelia Earhart right here on Saipan. It was April the 1st, and we wanted to fool some people. Ralph Coleman was the willing co-conspirator, the father of a friend. He agreed to be a visiting professor who was supposedly looking for Earhart across the Pacific.
We've been on Chuuk, Ponape, Koshrai, all the other islands where it was possible that Amelia Earhart may have been brought to by the Japanese following her crash.
No question, it was one of the great mysteries of the Pacific, and our so-called doctor was portraying an expert in dating Indian rock art, and he nailed it. We took him to the Japanese jail on Saipan, where he claimed he was able to date scratch marks made by prisoners held inside.
We have applied this to the scratchings here, and they are dated to 1939, plus or minus the 2 to 3 years, which is about as accurate as we can get. So
once he and his team got a date from the scratch marks, they swabbed the areas for DNA, material that could have been left behind by Earhart in the scratching, such as fingernail residue. Those samples were sent off to a forensic laboratory at OIT, and McPherson says they compared it to DNA obtained from Earhart's dental records. In this cell, the doctor says they found a match.
So that really does confirm with, I think, beyond most reasonable doubt that this was in fact made by Amelia Earhart, that the legends of her being held captured by the Japanese and being held captive on these islands is presumably correct. We have asked the Historic Preservation Office to cordon off this area pending, an investigation of the cell as well as the jail itself. hopefully they'll comply with that, and we'll be able to nail this great mystery down once and for all.
The only problem was the next day we started getting calls from all over the mainland, and we had to tell them to look at the calendar. Our co-conspirator Ralph Coleman just celebrated his 94th birthday. That is no joke. We wish him a very happy birthday and thank him for an April Fool's Day story. It was a lot of fun to shoot, a lot of fun to produce, and who knows, maybe one day will ring true.
Amelia Earhart, we're still looking for you.
Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
April Fool's was yesterday, but of course, we have lots of jokes going on.
Saipan International is the gateway to our island world. It is our jumping off point and the point of our arrival home. On this first day of April, our Jason points his camera at some very interesting people. First, leaving Saipan after a too short stay is a very popular pastor from the Hawaiian Pentecostal Church of Christ.
Hi, I'm Presbyter Dora Ramos, and I'm from Pentecostal Missionary Church of Christ.
It was only a quick 3-night visit.
The people here are very very nice, they're very kind, especially the people of the church. They really gave us a very warm welcome, a half-a-day welcome.
This is the pastor's 6th time visiting here on Saipan. She likes to tell her friends.
I will say that try to visit Saipan. It's so nice here. Yeah, you will really enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleased to say the pastor parted peacefully, flying via Guam to the Aloha State. Adios. Meanwhile, arriving on our shores, an international war correspondent, one Chuck Holton.
Well, I'm a journalist, and I make television. So I'm doing a report about Tinian and the improvements that they're making to the airstrip there in anticipation that they might need them at some point in the near future.
A man chronicling life on the edge must maintain an edgy sense of humor.
Well, I'm a freelance war correspondent, so I go to wars and disasters all around the world. This is one of the nicer places I've gotten to go because nobody here is trying to kill me yet. So I spend most of my time in Iraq, Afghanistan. I've been to Ukraine a lot, Israel lately, and places like that, Detroit, all the real war zones.
This is his first time exploring the Marianas.
This is, of course, a historical war zone, and that's kind of fun for me. It's almost like a vacation, and so I'm really looking forward to getting to know Saipan and Tinian.
Jason points out several war relics to explore right near the airport. Welcome to our living historical landmark. Also arriving on the flight from Guam, not a pastor, not a correspondent, but a winner nonetheless, 8th grader Alina Villaluz.
So in Guam, I participated in the 2025 Scripps Regional Spelling Bee, and I won first place.
Alina represents Saipan International School in competition.
This is my second time winning the regional spelling bee in Guam, so this summer I'm going to be flying out to Washington, D.C. to compete in the national one as well.
Can you spell success? I think that Alina can. And meet Joy Holford, returning home after a 20-year absence. She left the city of New Orleans to finally step foot on home soil.
I love Saipan. This is my second home, so I was here for a long time before, and I wanted to give back to the community and see what I can do to help out. I say mabuhay, half a day, and tiro.
Thank you so much. And welcome,
Thank you.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you for coming back. Thank you.
A pastor, a journalist, a spelling champ, and a returning child of the island. Coming home. Welcome home. Welcome to Saipan.
In this week's Your Humanities Half-Hour, host Catherine Perry sits down with a Marianas maid chef.
Was
Zen Tomokani is an executive sous chef pursuing big dreams. He started as a dishwasher many years ago at a restaurant called Salt and Pepper in the La Fiesta Mall when he unknowingly is set up with a job by his mom.
She's chatting with Yoko, that was the restaurant manager's name, and they're good friends, Japanese lady, and we've been there maybe a couple of times, real nice restaurant. But this time around it's different, yeah, because she's chatting with Yoko and we're not sitting down, you know. And they asked me to go talk to Marivic. You might know her, Marivic Dunlop. She was my supervisor at the time. And so, you know, they're showing me around, you know, something around the kitchen. I turn around and my mom's not there. So that was my first job. I was a dishwasher. She just dropped me off to work, and I ended up being shown the ropes how to do a job as a dishwasher.
Tune in to hear more about Zen Tomokani and his progress, inspiration, family teachings, original recipes, and journey through the years, transforming from dishwasher to executive sous chef. His journey continues as he sets out off-island this summer to pursue the dream of becoming an executive chef. Your Humanities Half-Hour show with host Catherine Perry airs on Thursday, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and re-airs on Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 2.
That was a really good story.
Good. Coming up in sports, a classic whodunit, a fight between Crank and the Truth? Could we meet a pair of April Fools plotting to battle?
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home. It's where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside, and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, Nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas, sports fans. The most anticipated fight in CNMI history turns out to be a bold-faced hoax. And the perpetrator of said hoax turns out to be who? Yesterday morning, a surprise announcement arrives through the grapevine of the internet. Tweets are twittering, pages are paging, tongues are wagging. It is loudly announced that Saipan's own Frank the Crank Camacho will, in the sharpest of main events, compete in a winner-eat-all mixed martial arts combat competition on Memorial Day 2025 at the Garapan Central Park Roundhouse versus one Brandon the Truth Vera, former UFC superstar and former one heavyweight champion. These former friends and training partners claim to want to test their skills in combat before they are too old to cha-cha-cha. But rumor has it that it really has something to do with Frank, saying he still has more hair on his eyebrows than Vera ever did on his whole head. Now them's fighting words. In a press release yesterday, Brandon the Truth Vera laid down what he said was the truth. He said that yes, the fight is on and that he will, quote, beat him in front of his wife, kids, friends, and family, unquote. Whoosh. But today, we found out that the truth was not telling the truth. It was April Fool's, and the culprit, the committer of the sin of deception, was no other than who? Who was it? Was it Crank? The Truth himself? Mrs. Crank? No, not Baby Crank. Who else is so devious, so conniving? Announcer L.J. Castro? Nope, not this time. This time we have found the culprit, the committer, the jokester, the cad, the P.T. Barnum of bikes, the commissioner of combat, the wrestling ringmaster himself. No, he is not a chocolate chip. But he is a cookie. It could be.
Go, punch your face.
It should be. Is it?
Oh, hi, Daniel. Janitor at work here.
Is it the culprit, Cookie Alvarez?
Oh, no, I'm a good guy. We create friendship through fighting, Daniel. Yeah.
But if it's not Cookie, it must be Mari Alvarez?
Guilty.
Today, on April 2nd, the joke is over, the rug is pulled, the truth has been revealed. There will be no Crank versus the Truth, but there will be fights. Cookie Alvarez, you were not the culprit. Obviously, it was your wife.
Yep, I just listen to what she says, Dad. It's plain and simple. That happy wife, happy life.
And you are promoting. You've got a fight. You're coming a fight on May 24th.
That is 100% real. We do have a fight coming up on May 24th, Ring of Fire 3. So we're going to be 3 events in and already got a great lineup coming together.
Who's there? Do we know?
Oh man, there's going to be, well, it's always an awesome card when it's Guam versus Saipan. So I have about 10 fighters from Guam who'll be coming over and competing against fighters from here. I got about 8 fighters out of my gym and a few more fighters from some of the other local gyms as well. Right. Oh yeah, you know, it's a tradition for us here at Trench Tech to always pull off a great April Fool's gag. We want to thank everybody for going along with the gag and just enjoying it and just living the tradition and making it fun and happy and healthy.
Beautiful, and we'll see you May 24th.
We'll see everybody there. Tickets on sale soon. Stay tuned for more details.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas driving range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers, east winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour, and temperatures of 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, a continued 30% chance of scattered rainfall, with highs of 87 in the day and 78 degrees at night. The sun has set tonight at 6:30 p.m. and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:11 a.m. And with the rising of the sun and the rising in the percentage of rainfall, let's hope that this means rain, and the catchments catch, and the flame trees flame, and the mangoes mango all the way to Salado Market. And I will see you in the water or on the land.
That's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
And we will see you again on Friday.